For some reason, we're actually going to start back. Oh, there we go. Here we go. It's lights out and away we go for the Singapore Grand Prix. Straight away, we have no overtake. No, Riffic gets the overtake on. Well, he almost... No, Callum's dropped down to P5. Sorry, course correction. Needed to see it. Now Callum's getting attacked by the AlphaTauri. I believe Sonoda's just got the overtake on Callum. What is going on with Callum? He's falling quite far down. Rivik almost got the overtake on Harry, but Harry managed to just defend. Nicely done. But talk about improvement. We have Preston rising up the ranks to a solid P15 here. So nicely done there by Rivik, by Preston. Now up to a P14 after overtaking the Alpine of Esteban Ocon. The supposed so hard to take over car has just been overtaken by the legend himself, Preston. But of course, talk about needing to overtake AIs. Callum, again, still in P6, got overtaken by not one, but two of the McLarens and one AlphaTauri of Yuki Tsunoda. What is going on with Callum today? He's just had a really bad start. Can he improve it in time? That will definitely be very interesting to see. But we go back up to the top of the pack with the two Red Bulls, painting the same picture we've seen basically every single race, and that is them leading the pack. But what is going on here? Jamie dropping down all the way to P16. I'm not sure whether he's crashed or hit a wall or parked it in a you can't park there, sir, zone. But can he get the overtake on a certain other Alpine here? And he goes on the certain outside of the Alpine. Just had to do my corrections there to get it right, as I normally get it wrong. But he also does the same to Valtteri Bottas and claims that P7 position. Nice work there by Preston to come from P20 to P7. Now going to be after the other Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton here. Can he overtake the 7-time world champion himself? Well, we'll find out very soon. I'm very sure of it. But that doesn't matter, because Preston has the DRS, going on the inside of Ritvic and gets that P3 position. He is in the striking distance of that podium. Potentially, can he catch up to Harry with that 3.9 second gap? Of course, if he catches up to Harry, he has a 15-second gap to close on Carl. And we haven't seen that yet. We haven't seen Preston catch up to Carl. Will it happen here today in Singapore? Who knows? But now maybe, no, not with DRS, because he's not close enough. But now he is. Will he get the DRS? He won't be getting the DRS on this straight, unfortunately. But next time round, I'm sure he will. That is a 0.8 second gap. Harry's probably fighting for his utter life right now, not to get overtaken by Preston. What is going to happen here? It's definitely going to be a very interesting battle. We haven't seen this battle happen for a while. I don't think, again, correct me if I'm wrong, because my own league's knowledge is not very good, I will be honest. But now Preston with that DRS catching up to Harry. 0.4 second gap now. Harry trying his utter best to get away, but he just can't break. He just can't lose Preston off of his tail. I really, it's amazing that Preston is finally fighting back up at the top after Harry. Can he get this overtake? I really would love to see it, just so Harry can fight back, get the overtake again, and it can go on and on all race, because we love the overtakes, of course, because it brings action, excitement, and just joy to this series. But here we go with DRS within a 0.3 second range. Is the straight long enough for the overtake to happen? He's getting ever so close, but it wasn't. That means it will be happening probably on the next straight, unless Harry can whip up some utter miracle and get past. Not past, get away from Preston. It's definitely going to be a very interesting one, that's for sure. But Preston has the DRS here with a 0.2 second gap. He's going on the inside of Harry. Harry can't close him off in time. And Preston soars past the Red Bull of Harry up to P2. It has been a long time since we've seen this, folks. Carl's pitting. It is what I think it's for. It's soft. That changes the ball game entirely. Carl knows he's under threat. Preston takes the lead, but Carl is now getting out of the pit lane. How much of a gap will Preston be able to make up? I'm sure he's going to be trying to make up whatever gap he can. Hopefully, maybe a long enough gap. I mean, voice break right there. Laugh all you want, people. Go ahead. I know you want to. But Harry has now overtaken Carl. I think, Callum's not bad too, but a lot of drivers are unlapping themselves, so they're all going to have to get relapped, which will take more time, and Carl's going to have to build up on the 7-second gap that Harry's got, to build up on the 10-second gap that Harry's got on Preston. Preston now going into the pits with he has a 17-second gap between him and Carl. Can he get out in time? I mean, that's now a 16-second gap. The seconds are breaking down by the minute, trying to get those softs on. Harry overtakes him. Now Carl, but Preston is not far behind. Preston's trying his utter best to get out. He is now at a disadvantage. Carl is racing ahead of him 3.3 seconds. I'm sure that's going to be extended as soon as Preston gets out. That's now 3.1. What's it going to end up being? A 6-second gap? I'm maybe sure. No, it's staying at that 3.1 second gap of disadvantage for Preston. But can he catch up? I mean, Harry's now on top. That is a change of pace right there. Harry being on top, but he is on old mediums. He's on 11 lap old mediums. Can he really and truly hold off the new softs of Carl? I mean, that's the question. I mean, Preston has an absolute job to do here. Can he catch up to Carl in the time that remains? I believe it's reset to 2.9 seconds. That's very unfortunate. It must have come from a crash that happened to Preston when he auto reset. He has a 2. Yeah, right. 3-second gap, 2.9 second gap between one more lap. I hate to say it, but it could happen. But I don't think Preston has the time to catch up. I'm not saying he could never catch up, but he has half a lap left to go of this race. I mean, I actually don't think Preston, unfortunately, can catch up in this instance. I mean, 3.371. I mean, let's not forget, this is the first time for Carl's ever been literally under threat, and it was only because Preston crashed into the wall, and luckily not DNFing, but crashing into the wall, that unfortunately Preston has lost his time. But I mean, it is what it is. Preston will settle for P2, I'm sure, because he has had an utterly amazing race to come back from P20. I mean, he may not be the first person to get that P1 spot from P20, but he's done the first person to get from P20 to P2. And well done to Preston here. He has beaten Carl's record of P20. I mean, Carl went to P3, I believe, didn't he? Or P4. But no, Preston has beaten that and gone to P2. What a brilliant race by Preston here today. What an amazing, amazing race. And here we go with Harry about to finish his lap. But guys, I forgot to say it. Here is your winner of the Singapore Grand Prix for the first time ever, Carl from Red Bull. Well done to Carl. That will massively, massively improve his championship chances after Harry finishes P3 with less points gained from his race. But can Harry come back in Brazil? That will be the fun part as Jamie just finishes. And of course, what is going on with Callum? He is very far behind, I must say. But absolutely well done to Carl and well done to Preston. As I was saying, a major, major race here today to get up to P2. I mean, what an amazing race. Here comes Callum round the final bend here. And here we go, crosses the line. And that is the end of the Singapore Grand Prix for all of you folks here today. Thank you for joining us. And the driver of the day will appear any minute. There we go. As deserved, Preston gets driver of the day for the first time this season, I'm pretty sure. Here we are with the podium now. You have Carl on P1 as usual, you have Preston for the first time in a while as P2. Absolutely glorious race from Preston today, I must say. Absolutely great race from Carl. Also, to keep that massive up. And well done to Harry for that P3 as well. Major win. And of course, Callum getting that P4. And Ritvic and Jamie. Ritvic and Matt P10. Jamie and P13. What a great race. Let's go leaderboard. Here we are with your leaderboard, and as I just said, you have your P1 as Carl, P2 as Preston, P3 as Harry, P4 as Callum. As we drop down a little bit, P10 in Ritvic in the McLaren, and P13 as Jamie in McLaren. Thank you all for joining us here at the Singapore Grand Prix. We'll be back with you next week with the Brazilian Grand Prix, but not before the Singapore highlights, but that will come very on the Wednesday, of course. But yeah, see you next week for the Brazilian Grand Prix. Thank you for joining us, and see you all next time. Peace out, guys. Goodbye.